Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Westeros Turtle War here today on the channel. We're back with episode 16 of our House Lannister series as we keep on diving deep into the Stormlands with the Lannister forces. We have EDRIC Storm surrounded. So here today we're going to be playing a battle against him, fighting him in Felwood, one of the last Baratheon claimants. Well, illegitimate, I suppose. But Jaime, along with Kevin and Tywin Frey, 3 full stacks, about 10,000 Lannisters or so, are focusing on the Stormlands. The Riverlands has been subdued. House Tully has been destroyed. And we've annexed all of the Riverlands. We've brought in the minor houses too. Tywin and Willem Lannister are going north. Martin's here with Tywin Frey, so still one of the claimants in line. Because at the moment, the throne will not the Westerland seat, the Warden of the West will fall to Kevin. I guess technically Jaime is Warden of the East for whatever reason. You kind of forget about that. But let's fight this small little force, and then we'll pivot around and deal with EDRIC Storm. So EDRIC Storm's a really interesting character in the books. There's a little bit about him, but he's not really much of a character, let's be honest. It's interesting that in the show that they kind of blended him and Gendry. So EDRIC Storm is actually a recognized illegitimate bastard of King Robert and Delena Florent, which is interesting because Stannis' wife is a Florent too, so they're like from the same house. I'm not too sure. So if they're like sisters or they're closely related, I can't remember exactly. But interestingly enough, Edric is half Reachman, I suppose. So so Robert actually fathered Edric on Stannis Baratheon's and Selyse's wedding night. So it was a little bit scandalous, but it's also, well, I think he does recognize him, but it's also like Varys keeps on sending him gifts and stuff, and he thinks it's from Robert, but it's actually from Varys. So maybe they are using him as a potential claimant. There was the whole thing with Robert Arryn was going to use Gendry and the book to prove like, hey, this is Robert's son, black hair. So maybe it was going to do with Edric to prove that Joff and Tommen, blonde and green eyes, are not his children. Yeah, so Edric, dark hair, blue eyes, strong jawline, physically resembles Robert. He is portrayed, like in the books, as quite intelligent and brave and kind-hearted for a little boy. But yeah, he just serves in stark contrast to the Lannister children, Joffrey, Marcella, and Tommen, who have golden hair, and they really lack like any of the Baratheon traits. He was taken to Dragonstone at one point under the guardianship of Stannis, and the Red Priestess believes that Edric's royal blood could be used to awaken some of the stone dragons. But ultimately, he's escaped and exiled, with Ser Davos secretly helping him escape to prevent Melisandre from like getting rid of him. So Gendry, keep on rowing, row your boat. That was like taken from Edric's plotline. But at the end of the day, Stannis is still Edric's uncle. We're doing okay here now though in this fight. Just going to try and pivot around here now. We don't have that many sellswords, but we've got a lot of infantry and archers. Yeah. But it is nice that Ser Davos sees Edric as quite innocent and getting like caught up in the Game of Thrones, the Wild Web. Just going to pivot here now and turn around. Make sure my archers have got some attack orders as we try and rain arrows down on 2. Let's move Tywin Frey and Martin Lannister back to the main line. But I also do kind of like the revelation that Melisandre in the later books doesn't really know what the hell she's doing. And is, yeah, just seen as somewhat of a straight up fraud. But yeah, he just straight up doesn't appear in a Game of Thrones. Which, I don't know. I guess too many illegitimate children would complicate things. Well, they haven't even got Maya Stone too. I think Peter Baelish is like, there's the theory that he was going to do the same thing in the Vale. There's all this stuff with the, was it in Feast, where he's stealing the tapestries, so, well, he's requesting them. That, obviously once Robert took the Iron Throne, he got rid of all the Targaryen banners and skulls and put them under the Red Keep. And then once Robert took it, he was like, well, yeah, the Targaryens had that. And then Robert took it and was like, I hate all this dragon stuff. Let's get rid of it. And he put up Baratheon tapestries and scenes of the hunt. Like Baratheon hunt. And then once Joff, I think once Cersei was it under Tommen? But Cersei just hated it too. So she took it all down and threw it in the basement. But then Littlefinger in the Vale is like requesting him. So maybe with the tapestries and Maya Stone, they might say, hey, we might use Maya Stone. Okay, my archer's doing quite well here. Just ripping through a bunch of their ammunition. And then we'll make a charge, and then if we can get rid of Edric Storm, unless Renly has fathered a child on Marjorie, he's probably one of the stronger claimants. Because we are starting at the Clash of Kings scenario. Or War of the Five. Because this is technically House Baratheon sworn and has loyalty to Renly rather than Stannis. Joff still sits the Iron Throne. And his grandfather and uncle.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And great uncle doing most of the work. Okay, nice. Only half of Edric Storm's army remains. Just want to try and give out some more attack orders here.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Just charging in Tywin and Martin. Nice. Let's push up here with our archers too. We've got them on the back foot. There's only a couple of them holding, so we might as well just get them to draw their short swords and go. They're pretty lightly armored, those archers. They don't have much high attack stats, but just because we've got like a huge volume of them. Like there's literally like nearly 800 of them there. While we do have a couple hundred, 3-4 that are properly armored with the spearmen. Sometimes you're just better off just chucking the huge volume of 900 at a couple units because they just like panic and they're like, oh. I'm quite aggressive with my archers. Same with my cavalry. Okay, so mostly in a full retreat. Nice. The Baratheons are cowardly foes. They now run. Yes, I agree. Let's press this attack. And then Felwood should fall as well. I can't imagine they got that many more forces left. I don't know where Renly is. He's probably held up in Storm's End. So Edric has been defeated upon the battlefield. When your enemy defies you, you must serve them steel and fire. When they go to their knees, however, you must help them back up to their feet. Let's ransom the remaining prisoners. And he's probably gone back into Felwood now. Alright, well, unfortunately on that note, it is time to wrap things up here. Hopefully you've enjoyed episode 16, a little bit of short history on EDRIC Storm 2. He's a very likable character in like Westeros Total War, the Game of Thrones mod, CK3, because there's a lot of things you can do with him. Also just like rewriting history and do a couple what ifs. What if Edric Storm pressed his claim? What if this and that? It's always quite cool. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff.